Hello there, everybody. Wee Paddy from across the shuck again, and another. This is a review. I got this knife probably 4 or 5 months ago. I can't really remember, but I know that me and this knife didn't really hit it off, and it's a Ganzo. That'll shock you. We didn't really hit it off in the beginning. It was quite stiff. There was a couple of problems with it. The blade center was off, and it was quite stiff, and I just didn't enjoy carrying it when I first got it. So to be honest with you, for the last 4 months, it has been in the kitchen as a paring knife, which it has performed admirably. I'll give you a wee run through the specs again, just to refresh you. This is the Ganzo f6802. It's an aluminium frame, deep carry pocket clip. It has a weight of about 2.5, just over 2.5 ounces, 71 grams. The blade length is 3 inches cutting. The handle is 4 inches, 7 inches overall. So it's, it's just a nice wee EDC knife. So that's the blade length in centimeters is 7.5. The handle is 10.5, and overall just roughly 18 centimeters. The blade thickness is 2.5 millimeters, 0.9 of an inch. So that gives you an idea. It's like most little EDCs that's out there at the moment, except this one's aluminium. And Ganzo, it's the only one I know that they do. Maybe they do more, but this is the only aluminium one I know with a great deep pocket carry clip, which is just loses it in your pocket. And I really didn't. I'm trying to think of. I'm not very good when I'll show you now. Just before we go around the knife, the blade centering is like that. It doesn't touch the side. It's not close to it, but it's quite hard to open. It's quite stiff. Now you can do it, but it's quite stiff. It's a liner lock, so all Ganzos are not the same. So I'll get you close up. That's the deep pocket carry clip. It'll go in jeans, everything, but it has this rubberized grip here, and it's one of the Kershaw knives. Forgotten it again. I think when I done this first review, I've forgotten it. It'll come back to me as we go along. It's a lovely blade shape and a lovely little hole there. The swedge on the top. It's a hollow grind, very thin behind the edge, which is why I used it as a paring knife in the kitchen, because it's such a great cutter. And to be honest, this knife, I'll turn it over now and we'll go down the other side. You've got the Ganzo firebird sign there. It's a lovely shaped knife now that I'm looking at it with fresh eyes, if you like. And I took it apart last night, cleaned it, oiled it, sharpened it. And people say you can't do that with Ganzo knives. I mean, these are wee 6 Torx screws. I've taken this apart about 4 times now, and I haven't wrung anything off. But I think you can see that clearly now. It's that really very texturized rubber grip. So you don't lose grip at all. It wouldn't matter what you were doing with it. But as I say, it's been my paring knife. It's flow-through construction, and the liner lock's fairly well. It's about 75% across. But it's been like that from the beginning. I think that was one of the other things that sort of made me a bit wary. But my goodness, I mean, this has worked for its life at the moment. And I thought, when it first came, I lumped it in with something else. I think it was one of the Ganzo Delica knives. I put them both together because I didn't really have much to say for this. But, as I say, last night I took it apart, cleaned it, sharpened it, and I realised that for 4 months, without thinking about it, I've done the best test on any small EDC knife you could possibly do, which is just use it. Don't think about it. Just use it for every job that you have around the kitchen, and this has been used for that. It gets thrown in a dishwater at the end of the night, it gets washed with all the other cutlery, and it's put in the rack to dry. Nothing special, honestly, it hasn't. It didn't have anything. I never oiled it once in that 4 months. I did last night, but I took it apart. There was not one bit of rust. And this is running on the BRD 4116, which at the time I knew it was a German steel. I had no idea what it was like. Again, one of the things that I wasn't that long into the game and I didn't know much about it, so I didn't have a lot to say about it. And I think all those factors into one put me off the knife. But let me tell you, that BRD 4116 is a great steel. It's as good as, or maybe I think maybe even a wee bit better than the CR13 or the 8 CR1314s. I actually think it might be a wee bit better. It gets a super edge equal to them, if not maybe a wee bit more. Um, really, really, because it's a very thin hollow grind here, and it is very, very sharp and takes 2 minutes to sharpen. And I freehand, so that's it. 2 minutes and it's sharpened, and I stick it on the strop for a couple of wipes, and that's it. So I thought, right, let's give it a review because this is a genuinely proper review. Because what I used it for is what the knife was intended for, I believe, just to be used as an EDC. And I've done it without actually thinking about it, and it's done more jobs than if I'd have probably carried it in my everyday sort of carry, like I do all my knives. I swap them all out. It wouldn't have got anywhere near the amount of use that it got. You know, from peeling potatoes, cutting up onions, it done the whole lot. And I got thrown in dishwater. There's no rust. That BRD 4116, there's no rust, not even a little spot of rust. And it was never hand dried, even it just drip dried in the tray. So that says an awful lot for the makeup of this knife. Not even round the screws or anything. There was no rust whatsoever inside it. So there we go. And I'll sort of give you a size comparison. This is a Delica. So they're exactly the same size, although obviously a different construction completely. I think did I tell you it's about 2.5, yeah, 2.5 ounces, 71 grams. So very comparable with most of the small EDC. And there's your 7531M, another Ganzo, and they're near enough exactly the same size again. So it really does fit into that. And here's one that if you don't have any of those, this is a Farmer, the Swiss Army knife, the Farmer, which is a little bit smaller, but you know, it's not far off it. So to give this a final conclusion, if you like, I don't want to use somebody else's words actually. Somebody else does that. No, I'll give it Paddy's verdict. On the whole, I'm going to have to give this a really big thumbs up, and it's going into my EDC carry as of today. In fact, it did. It's been in my pocket all day today. It's been on Instagram today for the first time, and I'm going to carry it because it's proved itself to be a great little EDC knife. The cost of this is anywhere, but I think I got it for about $8 delivered from GearBest. But it's anywhere from sort of $8-9 to $12, I think it is at the minute. And if you want to wait a week or two, it goes up and down in price. You know, GearBest like yourself. But for $12, you'll not do wrong. This is a lovely knife. And I haven't seen many of them on YouTube. And I really don't know why. Maybe it is because the action of it is not as good. Ganzo have spoiled themselves for action. But to be honest, I mean, you can still pull it out and do it slowly. I can't flick it out. Now, whether that's my hand strength or not, I don't know. But I don't need to flick it out. It's my EDC, that's it. But it's so well put together. It's a lovely blade. It's a nice looking knife. So you'll be seeing more of this on my Instagram and my everyday carry when it's out and used. I'm looking forward to it now. I've changed my mind through inadvertently throwing the knife to the side. I've changed my mind, and it has proved itself to me rather than me trying to find proof of it. So there we go. I mean, a quick review, but I just felt that this wee knife deserved it. It is such a good worker. It has stayed sharp. It doesn't dull that quickly, especially when you're just doing kitchen tasks. I haven't cut up many. There's the other. I didn't cut up many bits of cardboard, so I don't know what it's like on that. But I do know in kitchen tasks, culinary tasks, it has been amazing and hasn't needed much. I think I've sharpened it twice, maybe in 4 months, and that's not bad for a blade steel. It's not supposed to be that great. So think of that what you will. Okay, that's the end of that night. I'm now going to say I highly recommend it. If yours comes with a blade that's a wee bit off centre, the lockup's a wee bit, don't worry about it. For that price, just get on and use it. I mean, that's been 75% since the day I got it. And it hasn't moved. It's never felt like it was going to give in on me. So there we go. It's not a hard task knife anyway. So thank you very much for listening. I've never done one of these before, so it'll be interesting to see if you like the fact that something's been done 4 or 5 months down the line. If you do like that, I have a couple of ones that I gave sort of mediocre reviews. But if you want me to go back after 4 or 5 months and review some of them again, we can certainly do that. Just go through my list, put it in the suggestions below in the comments, and I'll certainly get round to them. All right, take care, wee Paddy. Out we go. Bye.